Hello and welcome to the history of Stargate Atlantis. Today we're going to be covering the home of the ancients, planet Lantea. And here we go. Lantea is a planet in the Pegasus Galaxy, which became famous as the location of Atlantis. Before the real name of the planet was known to the Atlantis expedition, Lieutenant Aiden Ford suggested naming the planet Atlantica, which was rejected by the then Major John Sheppard. Lantea is one of only 2 known planets in its solar system, which has an atmosphere capable of sustaining human life. The majority of Lantea's surface area is covered with a large ocean. It has only one relatively small continent, covering roughly 15 million square miles. The planet has a mean solar time equivalent to at least 27 Earth hours. A whale-like fish, a giant lobster-like crustacean, and a fish remarkably similar to trout found on Earth. During its entire history, no intelligent life has developed, although the giant whale-type fish does show signs of intelligence. Life on the planet is threatened by 2 great dangers. First, every 20 years, the ocean gets unusually warm, which causes the development of powerful storms that can cover nearly 20% of the planet and cause great destruction. Another great danger is coronal mass ejection of the planet's sun, which happens about every 15,000 years, and is capable of destroying all life on the planet. The ancients formally prevented this by expanding the shield of the city to cover a great portion of the planet. Nevertheless, the area is unprotected by the shield, suffering damage so extreme that it caused the extinction of several species. With Atlantis no longer residing on Lantea, future life on the planet is potentially at risk of mass extinction. After the ancients left Earth between 5 and 10 million years ago, they finally settled in the Pegasus Galaxy, being on Lantea for at least 45,000 years. From there, Atlantis was sitting on an island on the water, and the ancients started to explore their new home galaxy, seeding life on planets and building whole new networks of stargates, this time using a new design. To protect their home, the ancients built a large network of defense satellites stationed all across the Lantean system. To have an alternate power source for their city, the ancients also built a mobile drilling platform to tap into the geothermic energy on the ocean floor. While exploring the galaxy, the ancients, which were called the Lanteans in this galaxy, encountered creatures called Aratus bugs. These creatures fed on humans, and the mix of human DNA with the Aratus DNA, while the bug was going through the egg-laying cycles, caused mutations in the bug's offspring. Generations of these mutations resulted in a race called the Wraith, which soon started to take over the galaxy. This started a century-long war with the ancients. During this war, the Wraith sent many ships to Lantea to destroy Atlantis. On the way, they destroyed the whole satellite network, except for one, and attacked the city from orbit. The ancients repelled the attack. However, unknown to them, one Wraith cruiser from the first attack survived and crash-landed into the ocean, where it lay dormant for more than 10,000 years. Finally, the ancients submerged Atlantis and left their city for their old home, Earth. 10,000 years later, the Atlantis expedition from Earth discovered Atlantis and now inhabits the city. Later, the mainland became home to the Athosians, humans from the Pegasus Galaxy, whom the ancients from the warship Tok'ra, who returned to Atlantis and were subsequently killed by the Asurans, later resettled on another planet. After the humans had control of the city for about 3 years, the Asurans attacked Atlantis with a beam weapon through an orbiting satellite with an attached Stargate. The only way to escape this weapon, which could find the city anywhere on the surface, was to use the Star Drive to fly the entire city to another world, where the Asurans would not be able to follow them. Lantea was abandoned, with the intended final destination of M12578 as its new home planet. However, Atlantis was damaged in the attempt and dropped out of hyperspace, far from the new planet, with many of the crew hurt and with only 24 hours of power remaining. After a daring heist on Asurus, during which Dr. Elizabeth Weir was captured along with the knowledge of M12578, Atlantis was flown to another world with a habitable ocean, M35117, which Dr. Weir did not know about. Following the decision to return Atlantis to the Pegasus Galaxy, Lantea was once again chosen as the city ship's new home, as it was believed that it was the last place any enemies would look for Atlantis, given how long it had been abandoned. However, 7 days into the 9-day hyperspace journey between Earth and Lantea, Atlantis' hyperdrive broke down and the city was forced to crash land on a much colder, less habitable planet at the edge of the galaxy instead of Lantea. Thank you for watching the history of Stargate Atlantis. Have a great day. Bye-bye.